How's it going, everybody? This is just me a quick video update on the California backdoor handgun ban bill, also known as AB 2847. But real quick before we jump into this video, if you think that the handgun roster is unconstitutional and violates the Second Amendment, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Also, I want to give a big shout out to one of the new sponsors of the channel, Franklin Armory. A lot of you are familiar with Franklin Armory. I make a lot of videos covering their firearms, covering some issues that involve Franklin Armory, including the Title I. A lot of you are familiar with what's going on with the Title I that Franklin Armory has built, manufactured, and was intending to sell to us, but have been blocked by the state of California. So I'm extremely happy that Franklin Armory has now come over and supported the channel, and I can't be happier to have an awesome sponsor like Franklin Armory, because they are a company that's always trying to push for our rights, fight for our rights, and currently are fighting for our rights against the California Department of Justice. So thank you, Franklin Armory. So many of you are familiar with AB 2847, also being referred to as California's backdoor handgun ban. I'm not going to talk in depth about what exactly the text of that bill does. I have multiple videos on my channel that cover that, and you can click this link right here and it'll take you to one of those videos. But a quick summary, AB 2847 deals with microstamping. It's changing the microstamping requirement for handguns on the handgun roster to go from 2 to 1. But also what it's doing is that whenever a new firearm or a new handgun is placed on the roster of handguns, 3 of the oldest ones have to then be removed. So that's why everybody's referring to it as a backdoor handgun ban. So one of the most recent videos I put out talked about that this specific bill, AB 2847, was going to the California's Committee on Appropriations to have a vote. AB 28 did go to the Committee on Appropriations, and then what happened is it was put on suspense file in the Appropriations Committee, and I got a lot of questions about what exactly that means. I mean, I got a ton of DMs, emails, comments asking what exactly does it mean when this bill was put on suspense file. So just a quick rundown of what this actually means, what suspense file means is, what happens is when a bill like this, AB 2847, goes to the Committee on Appropriations, if that bill has a physical impact greater than a specific dollar amount, it is then put on suspense file. So if a bill has more than $150,000 in physical impact, it then goes to the suspense file and is voted on by legislators, whether or not it will be pulled off suspense file, and then we'll go to a floor vote and assembly vote. So that's currently where this is at right now. It's kind of in this limbo, like physical review aspect of the Appropriations Committee. And so what's actually going to happen is tomorrow, and then Firearms Policy Coalition put this out, is that the Appropriations Committee and the committee chair will be pulling specific bills on suspense file up for vote. So this is a really great time to get out, contact your local representatives, and I'll put a link down below in the comments and the details section so you can find who your local representative is, reach out to them, let them know that you do not agree with AB 2847. Like I've called you to do on multiple videos, let them know that you do not agree with AB 2847, with this backdoor handgun ban bill. That's pretty much what this is doing, is it's attempting to ban handguns in a pretty much circumventing way. Instead of directly pulling guns off the roster, what it's trying to do is create this mechanism where they can do it kind of sneakily. So what's going to happen tomorrow is the committee chair is going to pretty much pull whatever bills that people or legislators were lobbying for the most. They're going to pull those, vote on them, and if they are voted yes, then they will go then to the assembly floor, they will go to the Senate floor. So it's kind of in this critical phase of where it's either going to die on the suspense file or it's going to get voted for in favor of getting pulled off suspense file, and then we'll go to the assembly floor and the Senate floor. So that's kind of where it's at. It's in this critical phase of whether it's going to die or it's going to continue on. And if this does make it off a suspense file, then it goes to a full floor vote. Like I mentioned, it will go to the Assembly, it will go to the Senate, and if it is approved on both of those, on the Senate and Assembly, it will then make it to Gavin Newsom's desk, where he more than likely will sign it, just like we saw he did with SB 118. So we don't want to give this an opportunity to get to his desk, because once it does, he pretty much will sign off on it automatically. So like I mentioned, go ahead and reach out to your local representatives, let them know you don't agree with this bill, let them know really what this bill is attempting to do, and let's get this shut down before it gets any more legs. I will also put a link down below to Firearms Policy Coalition, where I believe you can actually write a letter to your representatives through that. I believe they had some mechanisms where you can go ahead and do that. So I'll link down below to Firearms Policy Coalition. If you like this video and you'd like to support the channel, one of the best ways to do that is to join the Patreon page, and I'll put a link down below to the Patreon, as well as just like, commenting, subscribing, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so that it helps the channel analytics and you become aware of any videos that I put out, updating you on specific things like maybe the California Freedom Week that we are all anticipating might be coming soon. So as always, thanks you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Never forget, this nation was built by armed scholars, and this nation will be maintained by armed scholars.